In this video, we're going to discuss Article 110.16, which is about arc flash hazard warnings. Specifically, we're going to talk about the A section, or the general section of this article. This part of the code focuses on safety in workplaces or areas where electrical equipment might need to be worked on, such as switchboards, control panels, and motor control centers. The rule requires that a warning to be placed on electrical equipment that could pose a danger from an arc flash hazard. So what's an arc flash? An arc flash is a dangerous burst of energy that occurs when electrical current jumps across a gap between conductors. This sudden release of energy can create intense heat, fire, and flying molten metal. Arc flashes are incredibly dangerous and can cause serious injuries to, or even death, to anyone nearby. Arc flashes can happen when electrical equipment is being worked on, especially if it's not turned off properly or if someone makes a mistake while handling it. In fact, arc flashes can reach temperatures as high as 35,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 19,400 degrees Celsius, which is hotter than the surface of the sun. Without a clear warning about the potential danger of an arc flash, people working on or near the electrical equipment might not be aware of the hazard. This can lead to serious injuries, including burns, hearing loss, and even death if an arc flash occurs. This rule ensures that everyone working on electrical systems is aware of the risks and can take proper precautions. Article 110.16 requires that electrical equipment like switchboards, panel boards, and motor control centers that is likely to be worked on while still energized or powered on must be clearly marked with an arc flash hazard warning. Now let's talk about what the markings must include. The first thing they must include is a visible warning. A warning needs to be clearly visible to people who will be working on the equipment. It should be placed somewhere where the workers can see it before they start working. The marking must include warning about the arc flash hazards. The label must alert the workers that there is a risk of an arc flash happening. It might also give additional information about the potential severity of the arc flash. It must also include compliance with other code requirements. The warning labels must meet other specific requirements like those of Article 110.21b, which includes things like type of information that should be on the label and the design of the label. So why was this rule created? The purpose of this rule is to keep workers safe by providing them with the information they need to recognize the risks of an arc flash and to take necessary precautions when working on the electrical equipment. Without clear warnings, workers might not realize the danger and could be at risk of injury or worse. So what are the benefits of this rule? First is prevents injuries. By clearly warning workers about arc flash hazards, they can be more prepared and take the right steps to protect themselves, such as wearing special protective gear. Next is compliance and legal safety. Companies must comply with these regulations to avoid penalties and to ensure the safety of their workers. It also helps avoid legal trouble if an accident happens. And finally, promote safety awareness. The warning labels raise awareness about the risks of working on energized electrical equipment. So now let's walk through an example to help us understand. Let's say you are an electrician working on a panel board, which is a type of electrical control panel in a large factory. The equipment is still powered on, and you're about to open it up and inspect or service it. If there's no clear warning on the equipment, you might not be fully aware that there's a risk of an arc flash happening while you're working. But if the panel board has a bright, visible warning label that clearly says something like arc flash hazard, can cause severe burns or death, you'll know to take extra safety precautions. You might wear special arc flash protective clothing such as flame-resistant gloves, face shields, and jackets. You'll also make sure that the equipment is turned off or take the other necessary precautions before you start working. Without this warning, you might not realize the risks and could make a mistake leading to an accident. In short, arc flash hazards are dangerous bursts of energy that can cause severe injuries or death. Article 110.16 requires electrical equipment to be marked with a visible warning label that alerts workers to the risks of an arc flash if they are working on the equipment while it is still energized. The warning is meant to keep workers safe by ensuring they are aware of the danger and can take necessary precautions before working on the electrical equipment.